Osho has explained me the phenomena of enlightenment. I will try to explain in plain words. There are different levels of realization. First realization is world realization. You realize nature of this world. That howsoever you live in this world, you cannot make your life blissful. No matter whatever you do. Whether you become President of America or richest man of on this planet, whether you can have all the gadgets of entertainment, still your life will not be happy. You cannot get full satisfaction. This saying does not have value. This realization should come. No? I'm not talking the words. If you realize that howsoever I live on this planet, in physical body, in relationship, in business, I cannot be free from the misery. I cannot be satisfied. I cannot be blissful. This is first realization. I've learned from Osho. I'm telling you in plain words. That realization is called world realization. Without that realization, you can't go further up. That is the first realization. It will happen when your mind will become mature and you will enjoy everything in life, sex, money, power, prestige. But still you will find that inner being is empty and nothing makes you permanently happy and nothing gives you deep satisfaction. It's a fact, but this fact has to be realized by you. This we heard from the sages and saints and enlightened master, but mere word and knowledge is not going to help. It has to be realization, your realization. When you realize, then you have a what we call vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from the world. Vairagya is a Sanskrit word. It means first time you start getting detached from the world. At the moment we are attached with this world too much. So the detachment will come when you will realize that this world is a temporal. Howsoever you live, you have to live here maximum 100 years. Then you have to go, and when you go empty-handed. None of your relatives and none of your possession will go with you, and they will be of no help to you at the time of death. And even in the time before death, when you are miserable, nobody can help you other than your own dharma, your own meditation. That realization is called world realization. Then comes the second realization, mind realization. Then you realize that this world is nothing but your mind projection. Sometimes you project happiness and you see happiness. Sometimes you project love and you receive love and you feel love. Sometimes you project anger. Sometimes you project jealousy. So you don't live in a real world. You live in your projected world. We all live in a private world which we have projected through our own mind. We don't live in the same world. We have created, although we are all in the same meditation hall, but we have our own mental world in which we live. And that is not real world, that is a projection of our mind. I give you an example. You love your wife. Suppose I love my wife, I love my children. And suddenly I find out a letter in her cupboard that she was in love with somebody else and this child is not born by me but somebody else's child. Immediately that will disappear. And my attachment for my child will disappear. The same woman, I will start hating her. The same child, I will not have that much love which I was, when I was thinking that the boy is born out of my sperm. No, I will not have the same love. Just a letter in the cupboard, that love letter from our boyfriend, that this child belong to him, will change the whole world. All your family peace will be disturbed. All attachment will disappear. Just few words. Because in the same lady, when you fall in love, you see Cleopatra in the same girl. You see the most beautiful, you think that never before you have met anybody beautiful like her. But if you came to know that she is also loving some other boy or some other man, immediately the same girl will become a bitch for you. Same person, just your mind has changed. So we don't see things, we project our mind. We don't see things. Unless you are enlightened, you cannot see things as they are. You only see your projection of your mind. You project something and you see sometimes beautiful, sometimes ugly, sometimes friendly. You remember, only your friends can become your enemy. You cannot have an enemy who was not a friend at the time. When he was a friend, he was so friendly because he was supporting your ego, he was supporting your mind, he was the most beautiful person on the planet. One day, all friendship turned into enmity. All your enemies were sometime past-time friend. When you start hurting your ego, hurting your mind, hurting your project, he becomes enemy. The same person, you see rascal in him. You see all the ugly thing in the same person. No, the person is the same. Your angle of projection has changed. So, friend, I want to tell you that we don't live in real world. We live in our projected, mind-projected world. And this is a second realization. If you realize this thing that we got, Osho told me, he has trained me, that the second realization is mind realization. Then you will realize that whatever you project, you see, you don't see the reality. That's why Shankaracharya said the world is a maya, illusion. It's not a real world. We project our dream and we see our dream. Sometimes dreams are broken, sometimes dreams are successful. When sometimes your project is successful, you become happy, your ego is puffed up. Sometimes when your ego is flattened, you see misery. So you live in pain and pleasure, happiness and failure, success and failures. It happens, no? In the same world, sometimes the moon becomes, when you are in love, honeymoon, the moon looks so beautiful. Today is a full moon. It will look so beautiful. Valentine's Day yesterday, and the moon was so beautiful for some lover. But if you are an empty stomach, and you are hungry, and if you are frustrated, and if you are rejected by your beloved, the same moon will look pale, and you will not find any beauty. So, the world realization is, when you realize this thing, that this world is nothing but our mind projection. It's not real world. At the moment, as long as you are the slave of mind, you can't see the real world. You see your own projected world. So that is the second layer of realization. First, the world realization. Second, the mind realization. You realize that you are projecting things and you are a victim of your own mind. After this maturity, after this realization, not by listening to me, it is not going to happen by listening to me. It should be realized by you. You understand me? It should become as a realization, not as a verbal conversation. So when you realize this thing, then you are qualified for third realization. That is called self-realization. which happened to me. I remember the fateful day, that was 30 June 1985, and the presence of Bhagavan. Lakshmi attained to nirvana, the final enlightenment. I also attained something very beautiful. I was keeping it a secret for 27, 28 years. I have not talked about it, but now this year somehow existence wanted that I should share. I was keeping it a secret for 28 years. I have not talked to anybody. But something happened to me also. I could realize myself. What is self-realization? Self-realization is when you know your own center. You know first time actually who you are. Without self-realization, you don't know who you are. You have a projected idea about yourself. If your friend says that you are a good person, you think you are good. Sometimes your wife says that you are very handsome, you think you are very handsome. Sometimes somebody criticizes that you are looking too old, you become old. Sometimes somebody says, in spite of this age, you look young, you become young. These are all projections. You don't know actually who you are. So when you know the center of your being, when you know who you are, then first time you become free from others' opinion. Before self-realization, you are happy when you are in happy company, with friends, with other supporting system, when you are in party, or when you are working or visiting some place, you are happy. But after self-realization, you are happiest when you are left alone, when you are yourself, and nothing else to distract your attention, you are most happy. So first time you settle with yourself, you are at ease with yourself. Otherwise you are not. You always need company. You always need friends. You always need books, at least books. That's also distraction. Book, even also cassette. His lecture is also distraction. You cannot be happy with yourself. So all the time you want something. No? So after self-realization, you know who you are, and your presence is so blissful. Nothing can give you more better experience than to being with yourself. That realization comes, and you know your center, and you can be happy any part of the world. But still one step is more. You know who you are, but you don't know that who others are, and you don't know how this world is made of. That comes only after God realization. One step more. After God realization, you realize that you, me and Dr. Malhotra is not two persons. We are the same. Same life. Me and Akash is not, they are two body, but same consciousness. Same life. Same type of pleasures and pain you are seeking and I am seeking. So we become one. The whole world becomes one. That is what happens after God realization. So that is one stage more. And after God realization, also there is one step more, that is called Mahaparinirvana. As long as an enlightened master, enlightened being also live in the body, he lives in a bondage. Body is a bondage. Body creates a limitation. You cannot be universal. An enlightened master cannot be universal as long as he is in physical body. He has a lot of limitation. Enlightened master also becomes hungry. His body needs clothes. His body needs blanket in the winter. And it also gets sick. And most enlightened people get more sick than normal people. Their body is more sensitive and more prone to disease. We think that enlightened people have very healthy body. We have the wrong opinion. Enlightened people always have very sensitive body. and they get affected by a small change in weather. And normally their body creates a lot of disease and problem. So as long as in their physical body, they are limited by their physical limitation. They also get angry if food is not given on time. They also become thirsty if there is a heat and there is no water. So these are the limitations in which even a fully enlightened person has to live as long as he is in body. So that's we call it, we have in the East a better word we call Mahaparinirvana, a higher state than Nirvana. When the enlightened master drops his body, becomes free from the body, then he becomes totally, that's when Mahaparinirvana, that the higher stage of enlightenment. Then he becomes part of this cosmos. He becomes one with the air, one with the sky, and he can be channelized any part of the world. And then he don't need anything for himself, just he live for others. So Mahaparinirvana is a higher state than Nirvana. And as long as you are in body, you are not fully enlightened. You are enlightened, but you have some limitation. So Akash, these are the stages of enlightenment. Try to understand me. I will repeat for you. Nobody will tell you in so much detail, and you will not find any book. This all I have learned at sitting at the feet of the Master. No book will explain you in that way. First, you have to realize this world, miserable world, that living in this world you will create misery for yourself, and also you will create misery for others. As long as you are not enlightened, you are praying for yourself and you are praying for others. You will create discomfort for yourself and for others. So this understanding is world realization. Then second understanding will come that this world is nothing but our mind projection, the dream world. We project our own world, and two, even husband and wife, they live under the same room, under the same bed, but they live in a separate world. They have their own world. They project their own world. Dr. Malhotra and Mrs. Malhotra, they are sitting together. They are not living in the same world. Mrs. Malhotra has a different world. And he has a different world. So that when that realization comes, that's a very good understanding. That's called mind realization. And then you got to realize that you are not mind, you are not body. Your identification from body and mind disappear, and then you realize yourself, your center. That you have been always here, you will be always here. Death will be death of the body, not of yourself. So that is self-realization. Then when you realize that me and Akash is not two persons, we are the same life in different form. That is called God realization. And when this body drops and we become one with the cosmos, with the air, with the sky, then that is the Nirvana Mahaparinirvana.